Alright, so today is my first time back at Universal since being fully vaccinated, so I don't have to wear a mask anymore. This is actually my first time being at a park since, I think, May of last year without a mask. Because last year we did Mount Olympus when they reopened, and this was kind of before, they probably opened up a little too early, like, to be completely honest. Because looking back, nobody really was wearing masks at that time, so we didn't really know anything at that time, so. But since then, you know, it's been pretty much non-stop mask wearing since, you know, like late May, early June of last year. So this is a different experience, you know, actually things are becoming normal again. Disney just removed their mask policies completely too, including California, which is the big one, because California was very, very strict. Like, the parks didn't even reopen until this year, and they finally got rid of masks there and here. So just kind of walking around seeing what it feels like, you know, to not have the mask on anymore. Alright, so first ride will be Rip Ride Rocket. Single rider lines have reopened, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, so I just got off of Rip Ride Rocket, and they actually did not have single rider open. I guess towards later in the day they closed it off. But it wasn't too long of a wait. It said it was posted at like 60, but it ended up being more like 30. But that was probably the best ride I've ever had on Rocket. I like the back row and I like the front row because you get the stronger airtime pops going in and out of the elements. But row 3, I think, is the best seat because you get the mix of both. It's not the strongest. It's not as strong as the back or the front, but you have more moments, and it's still ridiculously strong. Like, that was probably the best ride I've ever had on Rocket. It was so good. Like, honestly, I would debate moving it above Mako for my rankings, because right now my top 2 are Mako and Rip Ride Rocket. After today, I might swap them around. Like, the ride is just ridiculous. Like, every airtime moment is stupid strong. Not to mention its treble clef element is like way better than Fury's. Like, nobody talks about it. It has like some of the strongest positives in the country, and it just continues and it goes up and down. It's not just like a flat, it's not like a flat turn like I-305 Intense. It goes up and comes down while doing positive G's. Like, this ride is ridiculous. Like, why does nobody like Mauer? They're literally like the best like one of the best companies. Like, they build some crazy rides. Like, look at this thing. So that's the quote-unquote treble clef, as they call it. It's a little bit different shaped from Fury's, obviously, but it's a similar element, but it's more about positives than it is negative G's. And I think the ride is about to come, maybe? You can kind of see the block break up there. Yeah, here it comes. I heard the block release. Alright, so I was gonna do Mummy, but walked into the single rider line. As soon as I did that, it went down for technical difficulties. Actually announced as an extended delay, which means not gonna be anytime soon. So let's go ahead and do Gringotts then. Their single rider is kind of hidden, so usually it's not very long, so hopefully I can just get on and off in about 5 minutes. Go take a ride on Gringotts. Hopefully the single rider isn't too long. It's a pretty short way. You just pretty much cut through here and then go up the stairs, and it's right there. Hopefully not too long of a wait. Okay, and I'm the only one in the single rider line. Oops, 75-minute line skipped. Alright, so I just did Gringotts. I was the only one in the single rider line. Literally got on and got off in about 5 to 10 minutes. Like, that's crazy. That ride was posted at 75 minutes. And honestly, I don't know if the pre-shows are back. I hope they are, because I haven't seen them yet. But now I also don't have a reason to go through the queue because I don't want to wait 75 minutes when there's nobody in single rider. Also, gonna go head over to Islands of Adventure now. Definitely not taking Hogwarts Express because everybody's trying to take that to get over to Islands right now. Line is backed up past the ticket gate for it too. It's supposed to have 40 minutes. Yeah, no, it's not worth it. Alright, so now I'm in Islands of Adventure, the second park here at Universal Studios Orlando. There's quite a line to get in, mostly because people don't know how to scan a fingerprint. Like, it's very, very simple. I don't know why people try to use their thumbs when they tell you to use your index finger, because if it doesn't scan thumbs, it scans index fingers. You hate to see it, people abusing Hulk single rider again. I swear half the people in that line don't even know they're in single rider, and then they get to the top and they're like, what do you mean it's single rider? Holy crap, that was the best ride I ever had on Hulk. Like, it's running so stupid fast tonight. Like, just like Rocket was, it's running really fast. Craziest ride I've had on it. So, the music was like, it was so far ahead of where the music's supposed to be timed up. It's supposed to be timed up to, like, you know, certain things hit when you hit the block brake, so it makes, you know, it makes sense, it flows with the ride. That wasn't hitting until the corkscrew after. So, I mean, it was running probably a good 2 to 3 seconds ahead of its, you know, like, music. So that's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. I mean, Hulk is the most intense B&M in this country, absolutely. And it, for this ride to be running like 3 seconds faster than it usually does, it's ridiculously intense. So, like, from the bottom of the zero-G roll, pretty much all the way through the loop, you are grayed out. So, bottom of the zero-G, Cobra roll, loop, you are grayed out. Like, it is so intense. Like, for B&M standards, this is a very, very intense ride. This is their most intense coaster in the US, by far. Alright, so unfortunately, Hulk operations were not the best tonight, so kind of slowed me down, so I wasn't able to get on Forbidden Journey. It looks like I am going to be able to get in line for Velocicoaster before they close.
He's like,
Here at Jurassic World, we dare to imagine a world with dinosaurs.
Your pocket, make sure there's nothing inside your pocket before you go towards no other section. That means cell phones,
Alright, so I got off of, like, what, I don't know, my 14th or 15th ride on this. It does not do anything for me. I'm sorry. I know you all want me to like this ride. You know, everyone wants it to be my #1 coaster because it's new and relevant, but I'm sorry, it doesn't do anything. Except for the roll. The roll's actually really good. Other than the roll, this ride doesn't do anything. I would debate that this is probably the worst top hat ever built. Like, it's tied with Accelerator for worst top hat. Like, there's just not really good airtime on it. It's very brief, and it's not extremely strong like you're used to on an Intamin. Because usually Intamins are extremely strong. Like, that's what Intamin does. They do extreme forces. And this ride, for some reason, does not. And I don't know why. Like, if you're going in expecting, like, I-305 or Skyrush, no. This is built like an RMC. This is basically a launched RMC. That's all this ride is, and which is kind of the reason I don't like it, because I'm not a big RMC person, or at least I should specify, modern RMC. Like, good old, like, 2000s RMCs, so much better. Hi, how are you doing tonight?
Potty McGinnis said, have you find a mask
you know,
like
you know
that?
what I'm filming right now. How much this coaster should be better, like why this coaster is like not good.
Well, I'll tell you, the stall goes around a bit too quick, but everything else is...
It's too forceless, that's the problem.
I mean, it's
I'm
no
like,
Hulk. Daddy Hulk
oh,
is the best.
Hulk all day, every day.
Dun 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 dun.